Okay, I think we're actually going live. Let's see. Ooh, there's some people here. Hello, everybody. Hi, let me turn down my music. I have some nice calm vibes going. Let's see. I was just listening to Meditative Minds, which is a really great YouTube channel. Oh, I've got my feedback. Let me turn my volume off. There we go. Okay. We're a little more zoomed out than I expected, but we've got my vision book for today. So I wanted to dive into my vision book since we have the new moon in Aquarius right now. So I kind of wanted to focus on that energy and what I wanted to bring in using that Aquarian energy. So let's dive into one of these sections. I think these first couple of signatures have to do with me and my own personal energy. So there we go. Ooh, can you see me? Can you hear me? Oh, there we go. Now we're zoomed in where I want to be. Haha. Okay, let's light some incense. Start some more calm vibes. This is just some rope incense I got. I really like the way that it smells, though. Okay. Think we're good. Oh, did the stream pause? Oh, it just, oh, there we go. Okay, we're good. Okay, technical difficulties. We're finally all caught up here. So, here we go. My first signature is about self-expansion. So it's the things I want to do within myself, kind of focusing on, you know, inner expansion, my soul's expansion, my bodily presence, and what I do. So this first page I have here is a beautiful garden with a card that my grandma gave me. And I've kept this card for probably 15 years. And it's about time I would use it in a place of intention. I just always loved this. It says namaste on the inside too. So just very embodied energy. And you can see she's really living her bliss, which is what I want to embody in 2024. So loving her. These are all of the lovely ladies that have been on my past vision boards. So, oh, hey, Xanadu. Nice to see you from Arkansas. Thank you for joining the stream. But yeah, these ladies have been on my old vision boards, and I recently chopped up my old vision boards and glued them all in here so I can have all of them in one lovely space. I think I actually have an idea for something in this signature to start with, and it has to do with ritual. So I've been really kind of in this winter time revitalizing my morning time routine. So I've got a couple. This is just my vision board, like, I don't know, folder of stuff. And I have a couple of things I want to look through. I think I have one about rituals. Let's take a peek in here together. Rocket mass heaters. We've got some drying herbs. Don't know what she's in here for. What was that? Oh, that's what I'm looking for. Perfect. Yeah, me spaces. Get your zen. Book, yeah, having a book nook. So these are spaces designated for your rituals. So I'm gonna go use that page. Is that the only one I was looking for? Okay, I think so. These are more for like home renovation stuff. So let's get these chopping up. Okay, get the good scissors on. Oh, do you guys use a vision book? Have you made one since I've talked about it a little bit? Because I've been loving this. I have a really big like book stand that I like to put it on in my bedroom so that I can see it right when I wake up. And it's just lovely. So if there's something I feel like I want to focus on more, I can just go to that page, open it up, and it will be a reminder for the first thing when I wake up. So let's see. Unplugged book nook, that would be lovely. I'm going to also get this little lady. Oop. So creating spaces for that. Oh yeah, dance like no one's watching zone. So I've been thinking about starting an ecstatic dance type practice because I know I feel most connected when I'm physically in my body, and that's a way that I feel really in my body is through dance. So that's something I'd like to embody as well. Okay, now the question is, do I leave the words on these things with the little blurbs, or do I tape over them or glue over them with some paper and write my own words? I think I can remove these guys. Let's trim them out. I love her little crystals. It almost looks like they're sprouting out of the carpet or something. I mean, I guess the ground is technically below you. Oh, she's so calm in her little zone. Yeah, I think I'm going to be cutting all these out. Unless the words are in the color. So maybe I'll leave those words there. And I do think I want to add a little like journaling space on this page as well. So we got her, unplugged book nook. I think I've pretty much got that already. So I don't know if I'm going to add her in there. Some touchy-feely retreat. Well, I do have a weight bench that I wanted to get back out of storage and kind of start using again. So here, let me zoom in. I don't think you can see this too well. Ooh, can I zoom in? Is it too late? Okay, maybe I'll just leave it like that then. I have a weight bench that I do want to start bringing inside again too. So, yeah. I don't think I'll have a cat crawling on my back, but having a space to designate as a, I don't know, a physical retreat for your body. So for me, that would end up looking like a shoulder workout. I've been having a couple of shoulder issues because of how I sleep. I recently learned about how many pillows I'm supposed to be using, and I guess that's supposed to be like 5 pillows. So I've been doing that and my shoulder's been feeling better, but I don't know, funny how that stuff works out. But yes, bringing that in, doing some shoulder strengthening exercises, I think will really loosen up my shoulders a little bit more in the right direction and open them up and like, I don't know, allow for more space in my heart space as well, so I can lift my chin and embody that energy better. Okay, let's see. When I do these types of collages, I like to think about the edges of things. So I just smack dab this on the middle of that page. So I'm going to have to think about how I'm going to address the edges, how much of this I actually want to keep, and what I'm going to do here and how I'm going to marry it to the other page. So I do kind of like the light blue. It's a little bit calm. It matches her shirt. It matches that over there. So what I might do is do a couple watercolors around here. Ooh. That could be fun. Let's try that. Where's my watercolors? Okay. Got some vintagey watercolors here. I know there's some artists out there who can relate to this. I guess we're going to have some tea in there as our water. Oh. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit of blue, but a very little bit of blue. Ooh, maybe, should I do a layer of purple? Ooh, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's just go over here. Because I'm trying to ground into my body through these practices. So I need to remember that. Grounding into the body, it wouldn't be purple. It would be more blues or reds. Nice, calm, embodied energy. A little more water. But yeah, how have your guys' vision boards been treating you? Have you been enjoying the process of working on them this year? I know people try to do New Year's resolutions, but I feel like that scheduling has never worked with me. And I really just used pretty much all of the winter to reflect on what it is I'm trying to bring into the next year. So I'm feeling pretty good with what I've been focusing on. Maybe once I'm done with the creation part of this live stream, I can show you how far I've gotten so far in this book. I still have a lot more I want to do, but got a little blue. It's kind of cool how that looks like mountains there. So I'm happy with it. Oh, you can't really tell on the camera too much that there's some blue there. Dang. Oh well, I swear you can see it in person. Yeah, we don't have perfect lighting today, but that's okay. Sometimes you just gotta get in the flow. Yeah, it's nice that it's the new moon and I'm in my own new moon phase physically as well. I'm kind of synced up with the moon right now, so we're just going with the artistic flow. Okay, we got a little blue. We'll let that sit there for a second. Our incense has finally dropped off of the little hook thing. Yeah, that rope incense, it really burns up quick, so we're going to be losing our ambient smoke. Let's throw a little blue over here at least. Maybe I'll try a little bit of yellow. Yeah, when I try to focus on the energies that I want to bring into 2024, it's a lot of embodiment practices and just stillness and like just releasing all of these, I guess, beliefs I've been carrying with myself. What the heck are you? Weird chunk. You don't need to be there. But yeah, it's just releasing a lot of stuff. So like, I know I've got some programs I'm running in my brain that I'm letting go of. Like the addiction to being a capitalist and having to make money and focus on making money all of the time. That's what I'm letting go of quite a bit. I also, I don't know, I've been focusing on like trying to, like I was saying, drop into my body more, but just like be completely present. And instead of thinking about stuff when I'm somewhere else, just think about the present moment that I'm in. Or even not think about it, just like feel the sensations of the air or smell the smell that's in the room or taste what my tongue feels like at that exact moment. So just really present mindfulness practices. But yeah, that's been fun to play with because I feel like, at least for me, I've understood the concept of mindfulness for a while. And like I've practiced it to an extent, but something about, I don't know if it's the astrology or if it's my Saturn return or what, but it's really hitting me in a bodily way now where I'm really starting to integrate the knowledge and like feel it instead of just mentally understanding it. So it's nice that the lesson is really resonating. Getting a pretty good base on this page. Oh, I wish you guys could see the color a little bit better. Dang. Oh well, I'll make this part quick then. Just adding a base of color so it's not a completely boring page. I've done that a number of times too. Nope, we're going in this cup. Okay, getting the blues down. Okay. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, let's put you aside. Start gluing some of these bad boys on here. Ooh, let me scooch up. There we go. Hello again. Looks like we've got about 4 viewers. Hi, we're getting started on a ritual page. I've got a couple little rituals cut out here from a magazine. We're setting the nice calm mood over here for our rituals. And then we're going to be gluing them in there. Let's see, we're still waiting for this to dry. Let's see if there's any other things in this little section you want to include. I love how she's pondering. I think she can be used for a different page, though. I love that she's happily thinking about something. That's good. Unplugged book nook. I've already manifested that in my life, so I don't need it in my dream board. But that's a good one. Get him out of the way. Let's see. Oh, an anger management studio. That would be great. A place just to yell at the top of your lungs. I feel like I'm pretty satisfied with the whole crying in the car system. That's been working for me pretty well whenever it's not, I guess that's not really anger management though, is it? That's more of like a, I don't know, sadness management, I suppose. I don't feel like I need this right now, so I'm not going to put that in there. Let's see if there's anything else while we're waiting for this to dry. If there's, oh, I keep in these chunks everywhere. There we go. Is there anything else I want to put in this self-development signature of my vision book? Rocket mass heaters. Nope, that's household stuff. Household stuff. Household stuff. Oh yeah, I want to make a drying rack for herbs there that hangs so you can move it where you want it. Yeah, some nice warm oases. Oasi? Would the multiple of oases be oasi? Probably not, but I don't know why I thought of that. Let's see, marshmallow root, elderberry. Okay, so this will end up going in my garden section. My little herbs, houses, 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 just pretty. I don't even think that goes in my vision board book. Yeah, you don't. You're just pretty. Paint ideas, the future is sustainable. Ooh, what was that for? Okay, that has a couple of things in it that I liked. Where'd you go? Oh, where'd the rest of those go? Oh, that's lovely. Okay, here we go. I think I've already used one from this section, or from this, like, magazine spread. You know how they have a couple of different pages about a certain topic. So I've already used one of those in a garden page later on. Okay. Sowing the seeds of change. That's probably going to be on the front of my garden spread. Let's actually take that out because I love that. He can stay with me. Some vintage 1970s ladies. You know what? I'm going to take her because I love that she looks like a powerful lady who can do anything. So I want to embody that energy as well. See, beautiful houses. Yes, yes, yes. From the 70s. Beautiful. But those are all going to be going into my household signature. Geez, I thought I had more of the self-development stuff. Where are you guys? Houses, houses, houses. Looks like I might need to jump over to the house section then. Android, antiques. There we go. Well, let's get these guys where they belong. Is this dry yet? Got a little bit of paint we're still waiting on. But we can cut out this lovely lady. A shutter you pop in. It's a snap to make. Oh, cool. You can make shutters. I'm just going to cut her out with her hammer. And I think we'll be able to color over her, like this, we can color that to be blue so it'll look like her pants. That's a strategy I use a lot when I do mixed media collage work, is I'll just paint things to look like other things over the top of them. Okay, I'm going to save her fingers. We'll see what we'll end up putting her hand on. Nice, capable lady. You know, it's interesting. Being an extremely capable woman, I feel like, is a double-edged sword in our society. Like, I know I was raised to be extremely independent, and I don't know how much of it's my personality or how much of it was the way that I was raised, but I found myself having trouble accepting help from others. In the sense where people offer, I'm like, oh, no, that's okay. I can do everything, absolutely every detail of everything by myself. Like, oh gosh, I should probably just say, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that you love me enough to be willing to help me. Yes, thank you. I would like your help. So, Yeah, it's interesting. I do want to be independent, which I am pretty independent, but I also want to be able to accept accept love in the form of, I guess, acts of service, if we're thinking about the love languages. Acts of service that are communicated as like, no, 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 I want to help you. Like, oh my gosh, if you want to help me, well, thank you. I'll take you up on that. Oop. Okay, I'm going to cut off a little bit of her shirt there. Okay, and I think finally our page will be dry. Powerful lady. I wonder what story we're going to make for her. I like her though. Oh, not quite dry yet. That's okay. It's dry now. Okay, let's see where we're going to put our little ladies. She's grounded because she's got her crystals. She's kind of vibing up in the air. I'm going to put her up there. And you know, I feel like this doesn't match the energy of what I'm looking for enough. So even though I cut her out, I think I might just keep these two ladies and then do a little bit of journaling up there about that. The power of ritual. Let's do that. Glue stick. I've recently been switching up my altar space a little bit too, because you guys know I moved. But yeah, I'd like to have a little seated area. I have one on the ground, but I feel like it's not comfortable enough. So realistically, I'm not gonna like meditate at my exact altar space if it's not comfy enough. So I've just been meditating on my bed, which is good too, but it is nice to have that differentiation between zones of things. So having a nice, really comfortable space with like gorgeous pillows and a whole bunch of, yeah, blankets on the ground that's super comfy, I think would be advantageous. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Dances like no one's watching. Oh man, imagine that. Imagine that. I don't think I've ever really been to a dance where I danced. I know even in middle school, I thought dances were stupid, which, I mean, they kind of were in middle school. In high school, I thought the same, but that's just really because I didn't like any of the people I went to school with. I mean, I had some friends, but yeah, didn't really jive with people. I ended up going to Running Start afterwards, and I'm like, oh, okay, people who are older make more sense to me. But I never really, yeah, enjoyed dancing with my peers, but I loved dancing by myself. So reigniting that type of just free-flowing, bodily happiness expression, I think would be great. Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Jose Gonzalez again recently. I downloaded some more of his, I guess, his newer music that he's put out since I've been in high school, because I haven't really looked into him since then. And loving that, so I think I could do some dancing to that. And it'd just be great. Oh my gosh, yay. Okay, these are all done. Power of ritual. I think I'm not going to journal about this right now, because that's just going to be boring for you guys to look at, because you don't want to see me just writing a whole bunch of little notes. So why don't we move on to the page we were talking about, putting this one on. Sowing the seeds of change. So that's going to be going in my gardening section. Oh, here, now's a chance for us to flip through some of this stuff. So this is the first page of my self-expansion signature here. A beautiful card with a beautiful garden and a little journaling spot in here that I'm going to journal about. I guess previous vision boards, I guess embodiments of myself. She actually would kind of fit on there. We'll see. Power of ritual. I think that's all I have in here so far. Oh, I got this part. Yeah. Farm to table. So these are like the lifestyle ideas of what I want to embody. I've already got some aprons. I've been doing the farm to table thing for a while. Okay, let's glue that down. Boop. Boop. Okay. Oh yeah, easeful embodied doodads. So these are the things that I think will help me focus on these energies a little bit more. And I know there's a lot of doodads that could help me do that better. don't have anything in here yet though. See, home is where the heart rests. Ooh, home is where the bed is. You can see I was doing some brainstorming of what I should call that signature. Home is where the heart rests. Because I mean, the heart can be somewhere, but it can still be, yeah, not at peace. But home is where your heart is really at peace. So that's going to be all of my little home collage-y bits. I can show you. Yeah, I think I actually have some in here. Yeah, some vintagey houses. This was from an old vision board. I think this is Julia Child's kitchen. I love that she has green cabinets. That's a big thing I'm going to want to have. I also want one of these, like, I don't know how to call it. I know they used to be called gypsy wagons or gypsy caravans. Maybe this is just called a caravan now, or like a trailer. But I would love to have a red, like circle shaped, or I guess arched roof trailer type thing. It'd be like a little refuge, especially with a beautiful garden around it. Oh, look how fun that looks. Oh my gosh, I love that. Yeah, got some vintage housing there. Okay, next one, garden in nature. And here we have a card that I'm going to do some journaling in, which is also a pocket. And here's a little piece of paper that I tea stained that I can also do some journaling in. And of course, I'll come up with a little title to put here. I'm not just going to keep this sticker there. Or I guess post-it note. Sowing the seeds of change. I feel like that could be good. Ooh, in here? But I love this light green color. Ooh. Ooh. Now here's the question. Oh, I love this one. That looks so good. So I'm definitely going to be covering this up at some point, certain parts of it, and doing some journaling about purples and whites, because I want to have some purples and whites in my garden. Ooh, all my raised bed inspiration, raised garden bed inspo. Let's put, ooh, maybe we can put this back here then. See, oh, don't want to get my ribbon all blue. Did I get a little blue? That's okay. I think this is synthetic anyway, so I don't think it's exactly going to dye it. Okay, was this the center of this one? Yes, you're the center of you, so we are looking for... Oh, right, okay. Because I taped that one in. Gotcha. So let's put you over here. Sowing the seeds of change on the back side. Oh, maybe I can put it on the back side of the signature altogether. There we go, let's do that. Because I want it to be one of the main ideas, is that I'm taking the action of sowing the actual seeds of change that I want to embody. And not just embody in my own physical body, but to create in the life around me. So I've been doing gardening for a lot of years, but now that I've moved, it's weird when you're disconnected from the property that you've worked for so long. I feel like it's a big change, and I want to reconnect with some property because I'm in the process of house hunting right now. So I really want to know if the property that I would be getting is going to be, I don't know, fertile enough for a good garden, or at least have enough space and not be, you know, poisoned or, yeah, mistreated. Yeah, there's a lot of actions we can take to help create the utopian society that we want to embody in our world. And part of that, I think, is gardening. And gardening on your own property, gardening on property that other people have. So like I know I've seen some people do these like wildflower seed bombs all over the city, or edible food seed bombs all over the city. I'm definitely leaning towards more edible food seed bombs, because I know, at least where I am, there's a serious homeless issue in Spokane, and that's been frustrating to see that whenever I go to town. So, I mean, if there were some wild edibles, I feel like that would take the edge off of some of the stuff, you know, during the summer at least. But I don't know. There's so many things. There's so many things in our society. We live in a society. We really do. But there are actions we can take. some peaceful guerrilla actions, even just smiling at people on the roads, planting beautiful bushes that give off fruits. Yeah, there's a million things we can do. And now those are all actions of sowing the seeds of change. Oh, our incense officially died. Probably did a while ago. I think this is going to look really nice on that green page once I finish all the futzy cutting work of it. Guys, I've got a question for you. Now, there's a couple of you in the I guess, who are watching. What actions do you want to take in 2024 to help the community, or to like create some type of utopian energy? Even if it's just I want to smile at strangers on the road, or I'll vow to let every person who wants to merge into my lane merge ahead of me and just be happy about it. I know some people have road rage, but I'm honestly really happy that that's never anything I've been affected by. I've just been like, oh, go ahead, that's okay. And it's just given me a really, I don't know, a much more lax vibe when I'm driving. I haven't been stressed about it, but yeah, maybe if you guys do have an issue with that, that could be a practice you do of just loving your fellow neighbor on the road. Because Lord knows we all have enough stressful stuff going on in our lives. Yeah, let alone driving or being flipped off in the middle of the day, or who knows. You guys have any ideas of what you're wanting to take part in 2024 to help community? Well, I've got some more ideas. There is this, I think I've talked about it on the channel before. It's called Art Salvage, which is a kind of secondhand reuse, I guess company, nonprofit. I think it's a nonprofit, but they do a lot of work with, I guess they create different events for people to participate in, to like network with other creative people. Because I know as creative people, a lot of us tend to lack community. So that's something I want to get involved in, is generating community for creative folks. And I know they've got volunteer opportunities available. So I think that's something I want to get involved in, especially with how therapeutic I think being creative is. I think it would really hold some value to participate in trying to help generate that community. Whether it's locally, whether it's digitally. Yeah, I definitely want to work on that some more. Oh no, my glue is drying. Go fast. Gotta go fast. Ooh, that looks so nice on the green. I'm so happy I spent all that time fussy cutting the edge. Ah, sowing the seeds of change. It's almost like it's bursting out of a garden now because it's got that light green color in the background. I love it. Sowing the seeds of change. There's so many seeds we can sow. I'm feeling really hopeful for 2024. And I feel like that's been a little bit of a consensus with people too, that like, do we all just know that 2024 is going to be a good year? I don't know. I've been feeling that way anyway. I think I was talking a little bit about my Saturn return earlier, but that's been happening. I turned 30. My Saturn return, it's supposed to... Oh, I'm one of the lucky few who has a double Saturn return, where it's, I don't know if it's going retrograde and then I have a whole nother Saturn return again. So I think I'm going to be going into my second Saturn return for that phase here pretty soon. I'll have to double check again, but I don't know. Getting some life direction, feeling hopeful about it, which is nice. Nice to feel hopeful about your future. Because Lord knows, it's not the easiest thing sometimes. It's so easy to fall into patterns of negative self-talk or old programs that we have either been told to run or we've just picked up and started running on our own. Yeah, community. Part of what I want to sow the seeds of change of. Oh, that's funny. We were just talking about community. But yeah, I went to a women's circle and we did a little bit of journaling about community during the, I think it was the last new moon. Was it the last new moon? Yeah, I think it was the last new moon. And yeah, I was talking about 2024 ease and grace, plant the seed of abundance. Oh my gosh, plant the seed. Here it is. We've got some motifs and themes going on here. That's amazing that it's right next to it. Then yeah, a balance, confidence, community, connection. Ah, so fun. Oh yeah, you guys go back in here too. Okay, let's find some house pages to start working on my house signature. Where's my house signature? Well, you were in the front. You were in the front because we're grounded in brown. Yes, we are grounding our energy in our homes. So I want to have a vintage stove. So I have this one cut out already. Got some, let's see. Yes, passive solar greenhouses. So this is the type of little greenhouse like lean-to structure that you can build onto any type of building you have, which I think is really cool. And like there's so many aftermarket solutions that we can implement to our housing situations or I guess just existing structures that I think we need to focus on. So things like that. Even if it's not, I mean, this one's obviously vintage and it's aluminum framing, so it doesn't, it's not as insulative as perhaps a newer version or one made out of wood would be. But here, now we can start going into the rocket mass heater. Let's see. Rocket mass heaters. I'm gonna start maybe fussy cutting some of those. Old frames, new possibilities. Let's get some of these over here. I know the house that I'm trying to manifest in my head. Ooh, I wanted to grab YouTube. The house I wanted to manifest in my head is probably pretty tiny, which I'm cool with because I don't need much space. I just need the space to be allocated properly. So AKA I need a biggish kitchen, a small dining room, and a huge craft studio. So I need to have some of my pictures reflecting that. So yeah, a big potting shed, a small little dining area, potting shed, lots of outdoor space. Let's see, let's find a good page for these. So if we got some outside of the house images, maybe I'll leave this for the outside of the house. Then maybe in the center, ooh, I want to save the center for a very special page. Maybe here we can start talking about the kitchen. I like it. Let's see if there's a couple more. I think I had one that had a green thing. So I wanted green cabinets particularly. No, 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 no. Do you guys have a favorite color of cabinet? Because I've seen a lot of cabinets that have like dual tones. Like there's one that's darker on the, what is it dark? It's like darker on the bottom and then lighter on the top. I feel like those look really cool too. But I also feel like that might be dated at some point. Like you look at that and you'll say, oh wow, what a 2020s paint job on those cabinets. Like, oh, I want it to be semi-timeless, so maybe not that. Ooh yeah, here we go. Now we're in the section that I was talking about. Okay. That's a cute little front of the house. Yeah, we can even put you in there. It's fun to play with these types of houses just from like, I think these were mainly from country living. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. But it's fun to put them all together and see what they end up looking like. Like sometimes I'll cut out cabinets like that and then put it in a different kitchen and see what that looks like. It's just fun to mash up all these ideas. Oh, we can put my little mending parts I've cut out and put them in my hobbies section. I forgot that I was going to do that. Hello, whoever we have here. Hi, we're doing some collage work in my vision board, and I think I'm going to be putting these into the last signature in here is for hobbies, and mending is one of them. And I love this like sashiko style or shibori Japanese mending. It's just so gorgeous. So those I'm going to set aside to make sure that we actually put those there. Oh, and I can put that there too. Vintage lamps. Vintage lamps. Gotta love it. Oh, and there you go. Some green. Ooh, rethink. Rethink. I've saved these for years. I feel like this was an ad. What was it for? Oh, for Saturn? I wouldn't have guessed that. Wow. But yeah, I remember always seeing these in magazines, and I've always thought this was great collage fodder. You can put it on anything, and yeah, rethink. It's great to rethink stuff. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, we've got some happy gardening community here. That's a really good one. Oh, but I'll have to do a whole base of a page of gardening and then put them like in the foreground where they're like happily participating in the gardening. So I'll have to do a whole spread to be able to use those guys. Nope, nope, nope. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. I think we found a lot of house pages to work with here. La, 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 la. Oh, where is my fun kitchen? That's kind of more like a dining space. Fun kitchen, where were you? Not you, not you. Here you are. Oh, with that beautiful old... Look at that wood. You know that's lived a life. The best part about having a wood table like that in a kitchen is that you can just sand it down, you know, and you can use like a linseed oil or something to oil it, and then, oh my gosh, it's like all natural, don't need to worry about it. Or you can use beeswax to seal it, and then, yeah, if it gets gouged or stained or anything, it's easy to, oh yeah, work table, huh? That's what we're talking about. One-of-a-kind kitchen island shows a little something extra. Shallow drawers once held pages can now hold cooking utensils. Oh, fun. I love that. I will say, don't love the exposed shelves. Maybe that's a hot take. But I feel like the exposed shelves, what they end up doing is they get dust on all your stuff. Maybe that's just living on a dirt road, but man, oh man, have I felt that for a long time. So maybe what I'll do here, actually, I might just cut here, and then I can put different cabinets up top. Or I could just cut this table out, because this is really the table that I love. Ooh, so many options. Let's try cutting here and see if we can find another top shelf that we like. Because I know, especially for us kitchen witches or like hearth witches, it's really important to focus on the energy of your kitchen space, of you know, what's heating the home, what's the heart of your home. Oh, if you guys haven't watched Serafina Nightingale, she is amazing, and she talks about how her boiler in her house is like part of the like the soul of her house, or the center of her house, which I think is a really cool idea. It's kind of like a Calcifer type thing, where you're like, yeah, there's this this fiery entity who lives in the basement heating our water for us. Yeah, and same kind of goes with the stove, where it's like there's this heat that can be generated to keep us all alive. You know, the simple things like eating. Pretty basic, but also very important, and can be imbued with so much intention. Boop, boop, boop. I think I might end up cutting some of these little bottles off, because as much as I love that they're tidied, and like you see this, they're all tidied in a little tray. All of that, oh, it's a cacophony for my brain, so I'm gonna chop them. Sometimes things, you just yell at me too loud. I'm like, nope, you're out of here. Nice try. Cool, so I like that as a bottom of the kitchen. And I do like how light this is, but we gotta find some actual shelves. Some actual shelves. Set you to the side. Let's see if anything we had already had shelves in it, and if not, might have to come back to this page. That's the thing about, at least for me and my vision boards, is like I really let it ruminate. So you've got some darker shelves up there. Those are kind of pretty. I do like the glass because you can still see the stuff in it, but then it's not dusty. It's kind of cool. This should go on the outside page because I do love how it's just like vintage, beautiful cedar house, gardens immediately outside. Same with that for the gardens. Happy folks having a happy family. Once again, exposed shelves. Don't love those cabinets. That'd be a no. Why did I save this one? I think I liked this industrial looking vent hood there. Ooh, maybe I could play with that one. I kind of like the distressed, like funky mismatched look too. Oh, I was just talking about those dual tone cabinets that I'd seen everywhere. Yeah, so they're dark on the bottom, kind of lighter on the top. I feel like that might end up being a little bit too dated, but I don't know. I don't know. Cute outside of a house. Oh, I love how this looks, but I feel like in whatever house I'd be in, that would just be too dark. No, no, no. Okay, well, that's all of them. I think we got a couple options. Scooching those back over there. Oh no, did we lost the page. Where'd you go? Please hold. Oh, here I am going and losing our page. I just spent so much. Oh, here it is. I spent so much time cutting you. How can I mix you in with all the random stuff? Okay, let's see if that works. Blue cabinets up top. I kind of like that one. I could even do something where I have both of those up there to show the mismatchiness of it. That would be fun. Let's try it. When you guys do your vision boards, what kind of materials do you use? Do you mainly use machine, my brain's mush. Magazine cuttings, or do you write words down? Do you try to embody an energy on a page that makes you feel a certain way? Because I know at least for me, manifestation, it's like I have to really feel the energy from what I'm seeing for me to really be able to call that in. Because if I don't feel it, it's like I can understand it theoretically in my head pretty well, but if I'm not feeling it, then I don't know, it's not going to be called in because I won't be able to feel grateful for it in a weird way. So I always end up opting for magazines and like extreme collage work. So I get pretty precise with what I'm looking for. It's where I'm like, that's why I'm like, oh, I can't just have all dark cabinets and this is boring. This is all too square. I'm like, I need some more organic roundedness to it. But I do like these having the class. And anyway, so I kind of mismatch all my stuff together. Hodgepodge. I like it. Thank you so far to those of you who are hanging out with me here. I know this is a lot slower of a process than my normal grimoires with me's are, because those are all sped up and then talked over, but this is really what the work looks like. It's like meditating on each piece you add and seeing what it makes you feel like and if it's resonating or not. And so let's see if I can cover this part up, because I done ripped this page out like a crazy woman. Just raw. I hulked it out of there. Let's see, can I do that? Yeah. Oh no. Oh no, is the artist in me going to be annoyed with the perspective being different? Maybe. Maybe. But let's leave those there. Now I'll have to decide, ooh, what kind of back here would I want? I know I'd want some window action over here. You know what happens sometimes is I get to a spot like this and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to leave this and just come back to it later. Because I'm going to have some other options for, let's make sure we align this. I can glue the center of it because I know I like this part. I can actually probably butt that up to the edge. But yeah, if I don't have all the elements for a page, then I can't really finish it now, can I? Make sure I line that. Ooh, here we go. But oh, look at that. You can see the shine, the gloss of that beautiful worn wood. Oh my goodness, they sure don't make it like that anymore. I mean, I guess they do. Yeah, extremely talented carpenters. There you go. There's another action you can do. in the community. Support local artisans who make beautiful, beautiful quality items. That's some true support there. Imagine a person making a new version of this out of like a beautiful walnut. That would be so expensive, but so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna leave them in that page. Cool. I'm gonna scrap my other ones. Let's see, you go in the scrap. You're kind of fun, I might use you later. See, we had our lady who was chopping some wood. We can put that away. Ooh, what's next? Let's go to the habits that I want to embody, like the mending, and the, oh yeah, the handkerchief, wrapping gifts and handkerchief idea. Let's go over to the hobbies. Hobbies, fun, abundance, feelings. I think this is going to be hobbies, so the activities I want to do. Oh, let's, you know, even in this book, I'm like, oh, that's a little too heavy to dive into the front of this first. I'm like, this is still too heavy. How about here? Yeah, we can start working here. It's funny how our brains are like, oh, it's too much stress to start in the beginning. Let's just dive into the end of it. So I actually did darn a pair of socks pretty well with a matching thread. It looked really nice. It was like, there was these beautiful burgundy socks that I actually had thrifted. And you could tell it was like a nylon wool blend, but the heels were wearing. And I had almost the exact same color of wool thread. So I ended up doing a duplicate stitch on it. And you can't tell that they were mended. They look so good. I'm so proud of that work. But it took a whole farmer's market season to do it. The entire farmer's market. All last year at the Perry Market, I was working on it, and it just took forever. But it was really nice to have a thing to do, just that is easy. It's small, you know. You can just work on it and then put it to the side, and then do whatever you're doing. Sell some candles, and I'll tell you, it sure is a conversation starter. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm mending my socks or darning my socks." In the night when there's nobody there, just like the Beatles would talk about. But yeah, I feel like that's one of the skills that has gone to the wayside quite a bit I don't know if it's the baby boomer generation that kind of stopped doing that type of stuff. I don't know if it's complacence in that generation or expectation of immediacy, but I absolutely love the meditative process of repairing things. I feel like you can get really creative with it. You can do all sorts of different stuff to it. Reinvent the items you have, or you can make them exactly the same like I did with my burgundy socks. But it extends the life of things. It prevents you from needing to participate in the capitalist game as much, perhaps. And also, sometimes if you have a really nice thing that is worth repairing, you end up having an even better thing afterwards because you can repair it and also like alter it as you're going. Because I am one who is definitely for modifying things. Modifying and repairing things are, oh my gosh, they're probably two of my biggest pleasures in life. Because you can make things work better or be more efficient, you know, depending on what it is that you're repairing. Like, for example, I got a toaster for $3 at a thrift store. It's a perfectly good toaster. It's like from Costco. It's a nice toaster. But it made a huge beeping noise when you would press the toast down, and when the toast would pop up, it would just be this really loud beep all the time. And it drove me crazy. And I'm like, I can hear the toast pop. I don't need a beep. So I broke open the circuit board and took the beep off because there was a YouTube video on there, or on, you know, the magical internets, that showed me how to do it. So I just was like, just watched the video 4 times, did my research phase, and then one day I just cracked it open and now I have the most peaceful toaster ever. And it works great. All to say, repairing things that you have, what an amazing thing. You also learn skills through doing that. And now, I mean, to be fair, I have worked on computers quite a bit in the past, so it's not like this is the first time I've worked on electronics, but I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I've been chatting so much I haven't even been thinking about where I want to put this. Ooh, you get to live up here, friendo. Beautiful socks. Yeah. I don't know. I love visible mending, but I also love invisible mending. I do like the aspect that visible mending is generating conversation with our communities. And I think that's an important thing for us to think about is that people say, "Oh my gosh, I love how you mended this thing." Or, they'll see that the things are mended. So it's fostering that discussion at least. Oh my gosh, guys, I have a funny anecdote. It's just something I saw. But you know how pants used to come pre-made with those tears in them? Like they were pre-distressed, pre-holy. You didn't actually have to be a skate punk to have skate punk pants. Um, I've seen some pants that are being pre-sold with mending on the knees, like actual shibori stitch work on there. And I got such a kick out of seeing that um, I guess mending is a style that is coming back in, which man, I'm happy to see that because ideologically, that's beautiful. I absolutely want everybody to be on board with mending and the look of mending being stylish because I think that that's just a great thing for our culture to be okay with. I had a student in my class today, yeah, because I got off work and then started doing this, um, who had a hole in his elbow. I'm like, oh man, I wish I could just, yeah, stitch that up when he's at recess and fix up his jacket, but I didn't have any fabric, so I didn't get to do that. Oh, life. But there you go. We've got some mending activities that I want to participate in. I think I'm just going to have a little bit of journaling, maybe even about what we just talked about, how mending is, especially visible mending, is an act of generating discussion with our communities about taking care of the resources that we have. Oh, speaking of the school that I was in teaching in, um, the social studies lesson we were doing was actually about resource conservation, which was amazing. I didn't know that was a part of the curriculum, but yeah, I was really excited to talk to all these kids about that. Yeah, I was in a 4th grade class today, so that was really fun. Let's see. Where is my paper? Oh, please hold. I'm going to go grab a piece of tea-stained paper for me to put along this edge. So I'll be right back. Oh, I'm back. Okay, I was just gone for a second, guys. I should have asked you to time me. How fast was I? So I got some tea-stained paper here. Let's see. I kind of like this darker side. So let's rip a little bit going down here. Let's see. Do I want to leave that part? Yeah, I think I want to leave this little informational section there. Let's glue that there. And that's a nice little journaling section for us to write on about mending. How fun. Do you guys like to mend stuff? You don't have to leave a comment if you don't want to, but I understand what our culture thinks about repair of clothing, because it's been a thing that, I mean, I've sewn since I was like 12, and it's always been something I've done for pleasure, and I've altered clothing, you know, I've made fabric into skirts and all sorts of stuff, Halloween costumes. But I wonder if the culture at large does that, because I know there's the sewing community online, which I'm definitely a I don't know, consumer of, I guess, YouTube videos about sewing content. But people who are here, I'd like to know, is there an overlap there? Are you guys also into sewing content? Because maybe I could do a little bit of sewing content. I've been hesitant up until now because, I don't know, I feel like, I'm going to take that part off. I feel like it would be too much of a change from my original content. But I think I was talking about that Mystical Stitches book that I got for Christmas. Maybe if I did some embroidery work that's mending and it's patching and it's like adding a layer of intention through a visual representation. So like you do a bleeding heart or something embroidered into your work. Maybe that could be something I would do in the channel. Yeah, tell me if you guys would be interested in seeing something like that, because I think that'd be very interesting. Oh, hi Wilhelm, I didn't see you see that. Oh, it's soothing, I'm so glad. This is my first live stream, so I'm glad it's going at least semi-well. It's a little bit soothing. Had some technical difficulties in the beginning, but what do you expect? It's a first live stream. Oh, heck yeah! Hey Petra, you're not a seamstress, but you do mend items when possible. Oh, heck yeah. If you're into sewing content, man oh man, I'm glad to hear that. I would love to be doing sewing content. Because it's one of the things that, especially with mending work, like, it takes a long time. It's just a lot of, like, you're essentially creating a loom and then just weaving fabric. Like, you can see there, you're literally weaving fabric. But yeah, I would love to do, like, a time lapse of that. And then you guys would see the end product, and we could do some embroidery. Okay, thank you, Petra. Am I saying your name right? Yeah, Petra. Thank you for that vote of confidence. I would definitely like to do a video on that then. Oh no, shift you up a little bit. Is this the first time I'm going to be trimming a page here? I think so. Oh, what time are we at? Okay, we've got about 15 more minutes. Cool. Yeah, I'm excited to do a sewing video then. Because I mean, if you think about witchcraft in a way, it's always been kind of like feminine things where there's a cauldron, there's chalices. It kind of makes sense that sewing would be mixed in there, since that's always been traditional like women's work. But yeah, I've actually made quite a few patches over the years that I've embroidered, and they've turned out really well. So maybe I'll do one of those. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, using up a couple little scraps on that last piece there. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, once again, not going to do the journaling for that, but I think I will. Ooh, maybe I can put the word mend up here and then just do some journaling on mending and what that means to me. So let's get my stamps out. And maybe we'll do a fun color, because a lot of these are like kind of purpley pink. Let's do, ooh, should I do pink or should I do blue or green? I kind of want to pull from these green colors here. Let's grab a green. We'll see how green it is, because I don't really clean these stamps, so it might end up being a mottled green of some sort. Okay, mending. And, oh, that's good enough. Oh, I should have taken the N out first. That's the one thing about this style of stamp storage. I don't feel like it's super efficient. And when we were talking about modifying things, speaking of modifying, I covered this box with some paper to modify it, just so it didn't clog up my brain with the pattern that was on there to begin with. M-E-N-D. There we go. Mend. Where do you go? E, F, G. Just need to say the alphabet out loud every time I use those. Mend. Should I use a little watercolor too? Maybe I will. Make a little like subheading there. Mend. Boop, boop, boop. Let's get some more color in there. Boop, boop, boop. Mend. There we go. Maybe I can put a little bit of a subheading and then do my journaling there. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. What other things should we do? Ooh, the last 15 minutes. Oh, I guess 8 minutes now. I think I want to put these rocket mass heater pages in there. This is more informational though, because it actually talks about the way to do a rocket mass heater. If you guys aren't familiar with rocket mass heaters, they're a really efficient way to burn firewood because it essentially routes the heat through this entire bench, which then holds on to the heat over the night and radiates it back into the house, which is just an engineering marvel. Which I think it's amazing, and I wish more houses that had, fireplace heaters utilize this technology. They're also beautiful and organic looking because hippies make them a lot. So I'm like, whoa, it looks cool and it's really efficient and makes a lot of sense. So gotta love it when form and function come together, right? Yeah, maybe I'll save this for a little bit later. Let's do some fussy cutting. Let's fussy cut some of these herbs. I think I want this to be on top of the cabinets in the kitchen page. Let's go to that. Is this dry yet? Even if you're not dry, that's okay. You can slob some green over there and I'm okay with it. Okay, we're going to the next page. Back to our, where was it? This is the garden page. Going back to the house with the kitchen. Where's my kitchen page? Here we go, my cabinets. I think it would look great to have some herbs hanging at the very top. Ah, ha, 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 ha. See what I mean? It's all coming together. You just gotta wait for the right things to yell at you. And I say, hey, I'm Herbs. I live in the kitchen. I say, oh, you're right, Herbs. I'm so sorry. I put you in the wrong spot. Let me put you away where you belong now. Gonna have to trim some of the bottoms of those. There's lots of different herb drying systems, and yeah, I like a lot of them. I do like to put my herbs on racks because then I feel like they dry more evenly because they get more flow through. Like when I've done this system in the past, I've noticed that where I bundle it, it tends to get a little bit of mold going on. I mean, it also depends on how dry they are when you're tying them up and how big the bundles are. But these definitely benefit from having smaller bundles where you can get better airflow going through it. But that's just been from my experience. Yeah, I used to have just, oh my gosh, so much mint all the time, just constantly drying. And I would cycle it out where the mint that was drying, I would process. So it would dry, I'd process it. Immediately I'd put new mint up, dry it, process it, and then we would be drinking mint tea all winter long. See, that looks good for the top. The question is, do I need to clean up the tops too? Probably. I probably will need to. Let's see. Maybe I'll do a rough trim. Do you guys like to dry herbs and grow your own? Oh, I've got a lot of comments. Hello. You love using watercolors to stain pages. Oh, me too. Air conditioning, a double boxwood stove? I've never heard a double boxwood stove that uses air conditioning in the summer. Wow. That's interesting. I want to know more about that system. Wow, I'll have to look into that. Yeah, because there's a lot of different technologies that are absolutely great for, yeah, for passively cooling, passively heating houses. That it's like, it's so simple and it's just physics, but people ignore it and it makes such a big difference. Like I know in greenhouses I've worked in, which there's been a lot and they've all had different systems, but one of the systems I liked was having these water cisterns on the side, I guess on the north side of the greenhouse. So once the sun was coming in through the south side, it would end up heating the north side up, and that north side would radiate out heat throughout the winter time, through the winter time, but through the nighttime. So it would end up staying warmer and it would ward off the frost for a little bit longer. So that's a system I really like too. So once in my vision of my dream house, once I have my greenhouse, I'll end up definitely using that passive warming system. Just getting a whole bunch of like 55-gallon water tanks and painting them black and putting a whole bunch of water in them. And they also act as like auxiliary emergency water storage. I mean, of course, you'd want to either keep it clean or, I don't know, filter it out. But if need be, you could throw that water in the Berkey and you wouldn't die. Yeah, Berkey water filters are amazing. I don't need to put that in here, but I would need, oh, actually, maybe when I do a design of this house here in the kitchen, I need to have a space for the Berkey because I made my own Berkey that was like, it was, I want to say it's like a 4-gallon tank and a 4-gallon tank on the bottom. And I just drilled a hole to put in a nozzle and stuff and then put the filters in. It was a pretty simple project, but it's really huge. It's like 8 gallons altogether. So I do need like a designated space to store it in. But oh, look at that. We'll have herbs drying. Or would they be better if they were like somewhere over the island? I don't know. I don't know, but they definitely live in the kitchen. I know that much. Oh my gosh, we're at 7:58. I think I'm about ready to do a sign off for you guys. I just want to say thank you so much to those of you who dropped in to say hello and to hang out with me while I did my vision board on my first live stream. You guys are so nice. You left comments, and I feel so appreciated that you guys were feeling soothed or calmed, or at least found this interesting. So I really appreciate you being involved in this, guys. Um, yeah, I guess for as far as a sign off goes, I hope you have a lovely new moon in Aquarius. I hope you're really able to tap into yourself and how you're feeling, what you're looking to manifest in these Aquarian ages. What is the utopia you see, and what are the actions that you can take in your own life to help bring about that utopia? Um, Thank you so much for watching, all you magical folks, and I hope you have a magical rest of your night. Okay, have a good one. Bye. Oh, how do I turn this thing off? Like that? There you go. Bye.